welcome to Encounter Roleplay. It is Monday, and that means it is time for a Song of Ice and Fire and the Crown Lands. Before we dive into today's game, why don't we go around and say hi to our cast and crew today. Let's go clockwise, and let's begin with the wonderful Shauna, who just finished doing the incredible character art that you can see on screen. Can we get some hype? Hype, hype, hype. Shauna, how are you doing, friend?
I'm doing good. Lovely to see all the how the overlay looks great. Yeah, just can't wait to see what happens. We got out of King's Landing, but I don't know if home's gonna be any better for us.
That is the question indeed. How are you feeling about it, Millie?
I'm feeling really positive, and I don't think anything will go wrong at all. I think Tala is adequately socially equipped to deal with the challenges that this situation puts in front. I can't do it anymore. I feel too. She's gonna die. She's gonna die. But I'm feeling very positive about watching her do that. So all is well.
I love the optimism we have here on episode 2. And leading our house into certain triumph, the wonderful Nuno.
Exactly. Correct choice of words. Nothing went wrong last week. We smashed it. No wrong decisions at all. No wrong conversations. Everything's gonna be fine, my character would say. I, on the other hand... Alright, I'm gonna need to start planning a different character, so if you guys have any ideas, just shoot them to me, and then we'll work out with it.
Sam, please.
What? What?
Tell me you think this is going to go better.
Friends, no one's come for us. I know it's only like episode 2, but we did pretty well, I think, last session. We figured out some stuff that was going on. We're totally getting a guy on side. There's going to be loads of juicy fruits. It's going to be fine.
And Queen of the Juicy Fruits herself, Susanna Grace.
Hi everybody. I think it went great last week. We won some money in a bet. There's a eligible young bachelor from a very powerful house that's interested. Just gotta squish the 7 out of the way between a few certain people and do some wheeling and dealing. I think we got this. It's fine. Don't even worry about it.
And speaking of wheeling and dealing, why don't I hand over to Past Charlie to tell you all about our sponsors here on Encounter Roleplay. Before we begin today's show, I would like to take some time to remind you about our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. All of the beautiful maps and roles you see tonight are done using Fantasy Grounds, which you can try for free at fantasygrounds.com. You can also get all of your miniatures from Wayland Games. Go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer and 40k minis for up to 20% off regular retail price. And Tabletop Loot, who sell incredible dice. Go and check them out at tabletoploot.com. As I sit here trying to remember when exactly mics go live during that stinger, and whether or not you would have just heard that we all die of plague coming from Amelia. Why don't I do a very brief recap of what happened last session for anyone who missed it or anyone who doesn't quite remember. House Tremaine, like nearly everyone else on the continent of Westeros, part of the 7 Kingdoms, were at King's Landing for the Hand of the King's tourney and Prince Valar's name day. It was a huge event. Not only was it both of those things, but also Prince Maekar is in town. It's rumored the Prince of Dawn, Marin Martell, is on his way. Everyone who is anyone is here. And everyone who was anyone was witness to a strange occurrence during the joust, when an apparently already dead rider tilted against one of the champions fell to the ground in a shower of silver coins marked with the head of Daemon Blackfire. Daemon Blackfire, a rebel leader who believed himself the true entitled king of Westeros following King Aegon IV's death, after which he proclaimed all of his bastards legitimate and caused a great big succession discussion. Things have been peaceful though for 25 years. And then, I think it was 25 years. And then Daemon Blackfire decided to come for his claim, leading to the Battle of Redgrass Field in the First Blackfire Rebellion. That's right, I said first. There may be more to come. Our house were split in their loyalties during this rebellion, although the heart of the house did follow Daemon Blackfire, the legend, and his great, famous steel sword into battle. Daemon Blackfire lost. Things fell back to peacetime. But even in peacetime, you win or you die. And House Tremaine, along with many other Lords of the Reach, made an exodus from King's Landing following the chaos of the tournament. They were not alone, however. They brought with them the young Lord Valerian and had made an arrangement with a Lord Will and his brother or cousin who would be visiting in a short time to make a deal about some horses. House Tremaine, famous horse breeders. We haven't actually had a chance to meet many of your horses, with the exception of Hyacinth, who was in the charge of the very talented horseman, Lord Riker. Now, you have made your way from King's Landing back to Famine's Hold, your ancient castle home. And as you crest down across the plateau of open agricultural fields, the winding path leading you towards that familiar shape, Allegra, you've been away for a while. This is your first time returning to your birth house in about 7 or 8 years. What is your impression as you take in the sight of the castle on the horizon?
I think part of her has that childhood nostalgia from this is where she grew up. This is, this was home for a lot of her life, most of her life, in fact. And there's still that little pang of like, oh, I'm back home. But then she sees the state of the castle and she sees that it's run down and it's just tinged ever so slightly by, oh, okay, cool. But she doesn't, I don't think she shows it on her face, she's it's that inward as you grow older and you sort of realize that the past wasn't as shiny as you made it up to be as a kid. It's kind of a bit of that tinge with like, oh yeah, this is a bit of a shithole, isn't it?
And down the winding path towards the keep proper, into the walls of your castle, you dismount and hand off your weary horses to your stable master, who comes hobbling out. He'd been keeping fire and watch over a very large stable in the opening of your keep. Bryce Rushton. Who is in the lead as you come down to the stable?
I would assume Aster would be leading. And as everyone makes it down the road, they see the stable master, and Aster just go, Bryce, hi. We're back. It looks around, sees who's with them, the other person from the tournament, and it, I mean, if you could be so kind as to care to our horses, we will be heading inside. Have them fed and taken care of. Thank you. And then would dismount and lead the horses to Bryce.
And I think seeing your switch to formality, Bryce straightens up and gives you a nod. You can see there's kind of a question in his face. He wasn't expecting you back so soon, but he calls for 2 stable boys to come out and help with the large group of horses that have returned. And you can trust that Bryce will have these horses well cared for in no time. Coming out of the entranceway of Famine's Hold, an unfamiliar figure to Allegra, but familiar to those of you who live here, the Meister. Shauna, could you please describe for me the appearance of this Meister?
I think he's middle-aged, just kind of a little overweight, kind of close cropped hair. It's just this was the one that we got with the gaunts, right?
Yes.
Probably a little bit has been surly. Probably did not want to come here. So still a little bit aggravated, probably.
And he doesn't so much approach you as he looms in your general direction, casual and easy-paced, making his way out to greet the young lord. A polite incline of his head reveals the thinning of his close-cropped hair. Lord Astor, we weren't
Meister?
expecting your return so soon.
There were some issues down in King's Landing. Nothing for you to worry about. We have a guest, so we'll be going inside if you don't mind. Unless there's any news? Any messages?
Actually, there was a raven, my lord, from House Gaunt.
Oh. All right.
A reminder that they have yet to receive word on the date of the wedding.
I guess at this time, Aster kind of sides Allegra a little bit. And then Tarla. Okay. Do not worry. I'll come to you with an answer shortly. We should reply to them. For now, other matters first. But thank you.
I will arrange the letters in your office.
Perfect.
Laura, see that our guest, Lord Valarion, is quartered appropriately.
As you say.
As he kind of presents Lord Valarion as he gets down off his horse and stuff.
And Diffin gives a kind of a polite nod to you, Jamie, as you kind of usher him towards the Meister. He makes his own introduction and thanks you for being his host. He's been relatively quiet on the journey here from King's Landing, about a day's ride, keeping to his own thoughts and out of your way, the general impression you have. And it doesn't take long until you are settled within Famine's hold. Where do you all go and what do you all do? Would anyone like to propose a scene?
Yeah, I'd like to catch up with Allegra, actually.
Okay. Where do you think this meeting might take place?
I think it depends where Allegra goes, Susie.
I think immediately Allegra just wants to get all her stuff situated. You know, she wants to get settled before she starts meddling. You know, get a nice little base going on. So maybe he catches her after she's like got all her stuff sorted away and got Danella stored somewhere. And sorry, that's awful.
Your stepdaughter.
Can I find her as she's fussing about it rather than like
Yeah,
actually
Yeah.
everything's squared away? It's
they're
like
just
this
finishing unpacking, and Danella's trying to like be like, do you want me to put this here or here? As she's kind of showing like dresses and things like that, and Allegra's just like, I don't care, just put it away. And that's the kind of energy you feel as you reach the chambers.
Are you both in here? Or have you given your daughter your old room?
She can have my old room.
I'll make sure Laura sets up guest quarters nearby.
And I think after she takes a moment and she kind of puts across immediately, like as she turns to you, like this like coldish sort of look before she does crack a smile. How are you, Jamie?
I'm well. You should have told me you were coming to King's Landing.
Well, it was I wouldn't say it was last minute, but there were pressing matters that I was concerned with. And she kind of passes a glance at Danella. How long have you been in King's Landing?
On and off, a few years.
Hmm. You've been trying to connect with your paternal roots?
Just getting the lay of the land, as it were.
Hmm. Tell me, what is the lay of the land? What have you learned?
bumpy.
Mm.
How is Crayclaw Point? All places.
It's cold, it's desolate. I have little company,
Good.
but it's quite nice.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here. And she'll give you a hug.
Hmm.
What are we going to do about them, Jamie?
I don't know.
I mean, Aster is still a child. You've seen how he acts. He's trying very hard to be a man, but
I think, like me, he was a man after Redgrass.
mm,
The stranger taking 10,000 souls. Astor and I left on opposite sides of the field. And he gives you a long look at that into your eyes.
of his own volition, or was he forced to?
I can't say. Only found out on the field. Caught a glance of our dear brothers.
Whatever would have possessed them to?
I don't know. Although if the rumours are true, Lord Blackfire himself was a persuasive man.
So I've heard. We best keep an eye on him after that display at the tourney. Don't want that talk resurfacing around here.
Exactly. I might have Loris check all of our stags.
I would do that, yes.
He's gonna love that.
Where did you get this Meister from, anyway?
Guess.
Oh, he's not.
Well,
Who made
was.
it? Who-
Of course,
who-
Maesters no longer have their titles or names.
Who agreed to this, Jamie? Who let this happen? Who let my sister be betrothed to a Gaunt and have one of their men in our house?
Do not lay this blame at my door.
No, I'm not saying it was you, Jamie, but who did it?
I don't know. You'll have to make your own inquiries.
I've been 7 years. That's it. 7 years. That's it. That's all as long as I've been gone. How has everything gone so wrong in 7 years?
Yes, well, the days are long, but the years are short.
Apparently so.
And what's happened? I think a lot's changed, but honestly, as I spend more and more time at King's Landing, the less this becomes my home, really.
Hmm. Seems we're both strangers in our once childhood homes.
A stranger everywhere for the Bywater bastard.
You're never a stranger to me, Jamie.
I may have to take you up on the offer of coming to that desolate hellhole.
Oh,
Cold.
please do. My mother-in-law's a nightmare.
Well,
Oh, you love her. She's terrible.
excellent.
Plus, I don't think... Have you met Yana? You haven't been. You haven't met my children. You haven't met my husband.
Where are they if you have not brought them?
They're with their father at Castle Dorsey. I was sent out with the lovely Dinella to present her, to find a husband for her.
He actually walks past you and goes to take Delilah's hand. Gives it a kiss and simply introduces himself, my lady.
She gives a nod and then a curtsy, And then looks to Allegra.
Allegra just gives her like a sort of confirming nod, like, "You doing okay? This is my brother, Jamie, Donella."
She nods.
Charlie, I'd like to get the measure of her if I can, just from a glance, from watching her a little.
Okay. Why don't you make a read target roll?
Yeah.
We won't go full intrigue, but I think that's an appropriate kind of roll. And I will go and open up Danella's sheet.
Boom, 21.
Ooh!
Nice. It's the last time we'll see one of those, folks. five sixes Webby are here.
5 6s, let me indeed. So with this, you normally would get to find out their disposition towards you. And her disposition, she appears friendly, although perhaps intimidated by the situation. You definitely get from her checking with Allegra, there's some measure of fear. And I would say with the 21, because that's a really good roll, you can ask me one question about her. Kind of hone in your insight.
She curtsied. Was that because she knows of my heritage?
You get the impression that she is probably over respectful and over polite. She would probably be curtsying to nearly anyone she's introduced to.
That's great. That tells me a lot. Cool.
Yes. Okay.
What's her surname again? It's not yours, is it?
Dorsey.
It's, Dorsey.
Yes.
It's yours. I mean, your matron house.
She is the daughter of Allegra's husband.
Cool.
And Susie, is there anything Allegra would maybe written Jamie about Donella or about her family at Dorsey that for Sam to know for context?
She'd definitely have written to keep him up to date with like the birth of the children. So you know that you have 2 nephews and a niece born of Allegra and Yanis. She just kind of like day-to-day kind of stuff that they would kind of semi-keep in touch about. I don't think they write super often to each other. But, you know, it's like, "It's been a year. How's it going, brother? Well, here's a... You know, that kind of...
On the Christmas card list.
Yeah. Unless it was something...
You can walk now.
Yeah. He said his first word the other day. It was father. I felt quite betrayed, the little bastard. No, but, you know, it's that kind of... So unless there was something drastically important. I mean, she would have written to tell him that their mother died at Castle Dorsey when she came to visit, obviously, and that kind of stuff, but...
Okay, that's good. All right, so what I'd like to do then is pause that scene there. You can let me know if you want to revisit it, and go and have a word with the other members of the household. Asta, Tala, or Adilyn, what do you do as you settle in? Are there any scenes you would like to propose?
I think Tala would immediately want to go to the stables. She'd kind of eye this new Meister with a sort of almost terror, but like putting on the smile so it looks a little bit manic, just sort of trying to look presentable and nice, and smile at her guest and say, I hope you will be made to feel welcome here, if you'll excuse me. And I'll give a little nod to Adilyn and Asta. I think they're probably both very aware of where I'm going to be going. And I'll try to be very graceful and ladylike and slowly walk, but just as I get to a gateway leading towards the stables, you see me break into a run.
The skirts get lifted and and you run down to the stables. And what is it you intend to do in the stables?
Breathe. I think she'd run straight into the nearest building and slam her back against the wall. and just take this deep breath in and out. And I think it's the first time she's been able to breathe easily since she left.
Mm-hmm.
It's been constant trying to be proper, trying to not mess up, trying to do her family credit. But the stable's the only place she's ever really felt at home anyway. She doesn't have to put on a show there, and especially with this new Meister, the house doesn't really feel like home anymore. She feels like she's constantly being watched.
You had a lot of fun at King's Landing then? The Bryce is there brushing down a horse.
That's one word for it. Oh.
Well, back home where you belong now.
Yes, for now. How are you?
Well, the devil's given me a good kicking, but not bad.
Did you try to shoot him again?
Well, whilst you were away, I thought I'd get the job done. My mistake.
Told you to wait.
Restless without you, that beast.
Makes two of us. And I'll go up to R'hllor and put my hand on... I'd imagine he wasn't watching, because he's kind of grumpy. He's one of those butt-out horses.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you want to see my face, you're going to have to show me something that I want. But I'll put my hand out and tap him. I think he's probably aware that it's my voice, but he's sulking.
That's very much the impression you get. There's kind of whatever, kind of huff from the front end of the horse, to the back end of the horse, the tail kind of flicks at your hand.
Aw, grumpy. I brought you a treat.
Why do you do an animal handling roll for me? As you greet your very grumpy horse.
So that's 5 and 1. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Millie tries typing. No, that's not going to work at all. Okay. Hang on a sec. Sorry.
Sorry? And we've had a few questions in chat about how the household is set up. I've done my best to answer them, but for anyone interested, starting next week, we will have a world anvil for the campaign where you can check out all of the details about the house, from the family tree to the heraldry to recent events and all of that fun stuff. So please keep an eye out for that. A 15.
A 15.
Your grumpy horse takes a moment, but he kind of sidesteps himself around to come and face you, the long neck craning and then the body following through.
And I'll pull out of my pocket a sort of almost sort of savory pastry thing that I'd stolen from the breakfast stable. And I'll steal a look at Bryce and go, "Don't tell him," and hold it out.
And the mouth comes down. It's a little bit sharp, but you're not bitten by R'hllor. Don't feed him that rubbish. Bryce kind of chastises you from down by the horse.
If he doesn't... I've been away. I have to bring him a present.
My lady, if you give him the shits, I'm the one that has to clean it up. And his temper's bad enough as it stands. Blasted horse.
Imagine how much grumpier he'd be if I didn't bring him anything.
Well, imagine how much more delighted I would be.
I scratch him behind the ears and like put my forehead right against his and kind of huff into his nose. I missed you.
And he kind of gives a huff back, and he's got these long eyelashes.
So pretty. You should have seen the horses there. They were all tarted up. Ugh.
He kind of mimics you with like a sassy...
Exactly. All those plaits and braids and... If they went on a proper hack, they wouldn't know what to do with it.
And there's a thud as his hoof kicks out at that front gate impatiently.
2 minutes. I've been riding for so long.
Another kick.
2 minutes. You've had your treat. this one. Fine. Ugh. Be nice. I'm gonna go.
It's getting dark out, my lady. Dark riding.
Well, that means nobody will see if I ride astride, doesn't it?
Best I not look then, I take it.
Yes, that would be proper.
And if your brother asks where you've gone?
Oh, he knows where I'm going. Well, depends which one you ask.
Jamie, Asta won't care where you've gone.
Well, fair point. Tell him the truth.
As you
If
like.
he wants to find me, he'll have to catch me.
Well, as always, my money's on you, my lady.
A wise man. I could have done with you at King's Landing.
If you're not back in an hour, I'll come down after you.
Good luck with that. And I'll hop up, swing myself into the saddle, and it just feels like home, finally.
And it's that darkest edge of dusk as you set out across the landscape, which is kind of tinged purple. The grounds beyond Famine's hold are kind of bathed in early spring heather, which is soft underfoot. But luckily the ground here is less churned than the tournament ground of King's Landing. I would like you just to make one ride check to see how you do out on your ride.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this properly this time. So that is 5, 6, and 1. 11. Ooh. I have been riding for a long time.
You have. And I will let you know the outcome of your ride in a moment. Why don't we go and speak to Lord Astor?
Muted. No, I'm not. First of all, I think Astor would hop on over to Allegra's room after a certain time has passed and she's settled in and Donella is settled in and whatever, and would just knock.
I think from the other side of the door, you hear a low growl before you hear the click of fingers and they come in.
Opens the door. Hi. How are you doing? How are you finding the castle after all this time?
So you see Allegra, she's kind of sat on a chair and she has a small book in her hands, and at her heel is a large, like a borzoi dog, very, very fancy, very long haired, with a nice collar on it. And she's kind of petting it with one hand and she looks, Asta, hello. I'm settling in quite well, thank you.
Okay. I mean, if you need anything, just let anyone know. Well, you're at home. Don't feel like 7 years is too. Just remember that. Okay.
And how are you doing, Asta? I see you're in host mode.
Yes. One of my many newfound skills, I guess. I was wondering, do you mind if we chat a little bit more in private? Kind of closes the door behind him.
She gestures. Take a seat.
Okay, Astor sits down. So, I don't mean to be abrasive or anything, but what happened in King's Landing with Tarla, you see, there's a reason why this wedding is happening, and I appreciate that. I mean, no one likes the Gaunts here, really, but it's not really our choice anymore. It's kind of out of our hands, if you know what I mean.
She leans forward and very condescendingly sort of taps your hand. My darling, sweet baby brother, there is always a choice. Always.
You are correct, and many of those choices are the wrong ones.
Including my sister, your sister, marrying a Gaunt.
I don't think you understand the severity of the situation. You do know
No,
who Father...
Asta, I don't think you understand the severity of the situation. I know which side you fought for, Jamie. Not Jamie, sorry, Asta.
And in that case, you must understand why this is important. Kind of hinting at what's really happening here. And you know, I was 15. I didn't make any choices. It wasn't me. It was Father and Marcus. They made a choice. I'm just trying to, in all honesty, clean this fucking house after that bad decision.
It was a bad decision, Asta. Yes, it was. It cost them their lives. And it may yet still cost your sister hers, married to a god. But we have a chance to change things. You may be content to lie and roll over like an ill-trained pup. But that is not who I am. We can change things. There's always another option.
Let us, hypothetically speaking, entertain the idea that something perhaps can be made by someone. Not you, nor me. Where would one begin?
One begins by making friends, as we are doing with the Lord Valerian. One begins with a brother who is a Targaryen bastard. One begins with a sister, married to a quite wealthy lord with some power. We have options.
I'm not saying you're not right, but your actions, they're hasty. I mean, anyone with some decency would have seen the conversations you had with Tarla in King's Landing and start asking questions. I'm not saying you don't have the right spirit, but we just need to take it easy. If, of course, we were to do something about it. I mean, if. Anyway, think about it. Just maybe be more discreet if you're wanting to do something.
And Allegra takes a deep breath and closes her eyes for a beat.
Aster stands up. And I mean it. If you need anything else, ask. You're home now. And walks down, out the door.
As you leave, you hear the snap of Allegra's book snap shut. She just in one hand. Little shit.
After that, I guess 1 hour or so would have passed, and Aster would have made his way to the stables and asked Bryce where Tarla went.
Okay, Adilyn, before we catch to Asta, is there anything you'd like to do for that first hour as the siblings settle in and you've returned to your home here at Famine's Hold?
I think, yeah, she wants to go to the stables, I think. She's going to mount up. And she figured, I think the fact that Tarla's been gone for a little while, she knows where she is, and I think she needs to talk to her.
Okay. So you set out, we'll say a short while after Tarla. Bryce fetches you a fresh horse, kind of gives you the general direction, although you already know where Tarla will be headed. And you set out. You live in a relatively flat area, at least in the direction to the southwest of you, down towards the river. And it's easy for you to see the horse making great pace across the open farmland. Faster and faster the horse seems to be running. and you push your horse, and you have to push your horse hard if you have any hope of catching up. Would you like to do so, or would you like to do something else?
To try, yeah. All right, let's see
Okay,
if Old
I'd
Swift
like
can do
you
this.
to give me a ride check. Your target number is 9.
Okay. And my ride is okay. Okay. Wait just 1 second. Sorry.
That's okay.
Where is that roll thing? Okay, didn't.
I'll put the command back into our green room.
Oh, yeah.
chat.
Yep, I got it. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I have one more. Sorry.
Okay.
6. Okay, there we go. 11.
Okay, so it's keep 3?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So you kind of kick into your horse's flanks and pick up pace, following the path that R'hllor and his rider have taken out into the night. Is growing darker and darker, and it's harder for you to see your footing, but your horse remains true, pushing down and down until you catch up with Tala as R'hllor bucks and kicks out wildly, startled by something. And Tala, I'd like you to make another ride check for me, please.
Ooh, okay.
Stay in your saddle.
15.
Okay, you succeed. So
Yay.
describe how you stay in your saddle. And also with a 15, I'll let you take back control of your horse.
I think he bucks out and it throws me forward onto his neck. And I grip onto his neck, still with the reins in my hand. And in his ear, because he's instantly back to running. Don't you dare! But I'm giggling as it happens and kind of wrest control back as much as he can with him. You kind of have to let him run it out. But I'm hoping he knows that it's all good natured. I find this funny.
And Adilyn, you catch up and then kind of keep pace all the way down to the bank of the river, looking out towards Redgrass Field, that direction if you're looking at the map. This is where R'hllor kind of slows and huffs, his breath kind of catching the cool of the night air, and he munches on the weeds and drinks from the water at the muddy bank.
I'll
And
hop
Tala,
off.
you will hear Adilyn's horse behind you.
I'll hop off and let him go. I'll let the reins go because whether I wanted him to stay or not, tying him to things is pointless. We've discovered this over a long period of time, and I think he likes that I don't do that anyway. I'll hop off and walk down to the riverbank and kind of shout back to her, "Hurry up!"
Fine. God, I can barely keep up with your horse.
Were you expecting anything different?
Absolutely not. What are you doing out here? How? You know you're supposed to check in.
Sorry. I've got a good guardian with me though.
I just, it's your. I understand that
I'm
why you
sorry.
would want to do this. No, don't be.
It's just been stifling. I just needed to
I
breathe.
understand.
You know? I'll flop down on the ground next to the river.
Yeah, she'll sit. She'll like. I understand why you want to be out here. It's you're happiest here. They gonna allow you to bring R'hllor with you?
No, And I don't think it would have been wise. He takes that sort of thing personally.
It's a shame. You're really the only one that has a way with that horse.
Much as I'd like to think that it was me, I think it's mainly him.
Either way, he's taking a liking to you. I didn't come here on patrol. I
No?
came here to apologize. I'm sorry.
What
The way
for?
we've acted at the Capitol. The Gaunts, your betrothed.
Oh, no. No, I'm glad you did that.
It's hard for me to just be in the same room as them. You were young.
It's no easy for me. Imagine having one in the house all the time. I feel like I'm constantly being watched, and the maids are constantly gossiping about tests and him making sure I'm pure, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this whole thing?
I feel like people write fairy stories about the wrong things. People are always singing songs and telling stories about living in a castle, getting married. Couldn't it just be this? It'd be so much easier. I don't know. I
Yes,
don't think
well.
he likes me.
No. No. If he doesn't like you, it's up to him. Everyone likes you. It reflects more on them than on you, after all.
I've tried being nice. And maybe he's not so bad, and I don't know what to do.
Well, for his sake, he better be nice. There's me, there's your sister, and then your brother. Your brothers.
Now. But soon I'll be there, and I don't... This is my home. I don't... I'm sure it'll be fine. I just need to find out what he wants me to be.
Yeah. Well, don't say that I won't miss you either.
I'll miss you. I'll miss all of it, even the smell.
Oh, God. Well, certainly not the castle.
No, maybe not. I think Allegra's a bit disappointed, but what could we do? I flop back and just look up at the sky. Do you think it'll get any easier for any of us?
I wish it did, but probably not. It's never really easy.
What if we won't let me go home? What if we won't let me keep R'hllor or see Jamie or see Asta? What if Allegra can't come and visit? What if you can't come and visit? I can't pretend.
And we'll have to sneak you out at some point. It's not up to them to have you locked up in our house.
I wish I could be the proper lady and pretend that wouldn't happen, but I think we both know it will.
Oh, don't come to me about acting like a proper lady, certainly. God. Gods.
Good. There are too many of them.
If you really want to do this all the time, just act out a bunch and ruin your prospects. That's how you usually get it. That's how it worked for me, at least.
I'm not sure that's an option.
Oh, you're
Maybe?
too good.
Oh, I'd just rather not start it off badly. I'll try and be ladylike, but there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yes.
better off married to somebody a little less me.
Yeah, we hope that your marriage would be to someone that anybody else, honestly. You deserve better than that.
Yes. Where would you go if you could go anywhere?
Actually, I think I like it here.
Oh,
I can't deal with the city. Like, King's Landing is too busy. There's too many people, and
mhm.
honestly, I've only known here. That's fine.
I wish I could be like you.
God, no, you don't. She'll laugh. She'll laugh. Oh, you don't. No, you don't.
You can... Seeing you do what you do, I'm not like that. I write and I'm nice to people. That's it. You're somebody people write songs about.
Sometimes it's not the good songs. Sometimes.
They're the best ones.
God.
Tyler, just behind Adilyn's head, streaking across the sky, you see a shooting star just so quick you almost wonder if you imagined it.
So funny.
Nothing. Just believing in fairy stories again. Maybe it'll work. Maybe this one will come true.
Well, I hope so.
Valor huffs from by the river.
My chaperone wants me to go somewhere else, apparently. Gotta get used to this.
God, he must have been a nightmare while you were gone, I bet.
Yes, I don't feel... Maybe I should have brought Bryce a treat as well. Next time.
All right, well, a little ride around before head back.
Race you.
I'm really, honestly, just avoiding paperwork at this point. I have a lot of things to deal with now that we've been gone.
Let's make it a long one then.
Yeah.
And hop back up.
All right.
Okay, do you want a head start?
All right. So gracious. Of course.
Alright, and you race the long way home. And Asta, you stand in the stables for about 45 minutes before you start to hear those hoofbeats. Bryce is tutting as he finishes his work, putting to rest the horses that you'd ridden home on, each into its own stall and stocked with hay and grass.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's them, Bryce. Sorry for annoying you for so long. Anyway, and sorry about before, but guests and all. You know how it is.
What exactly brought you home so early, my lord?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. There was like an explosion of coins in this night in the tourney. It was so weird.
Did you fall off your horse, my lord?
No?
Just check in, bump on the head, makes you imagine all kinds of things.
No, get away from me. No, everything is fine. It was really weird. Anyway, something about damn Blackfire coming to haunt us again. Stupid decisions. Anyway,
Was it a
no
stupid
worries.
decision, my lord?
Nothing. They're
Was
there.
your father's decision, wasn't it?
Mm,
And your brother's?
Yes. Look what good it did them, huh?
A poor outcome doesn't mean it was a poor decision, my lord.
I guess you're right. Sorry, it just means that I kind of blame them for dying.
It's alright to be angry they're gone.
Is
But your
it though?
father was a good man.
I know. I just fear that I'm not gonna be enough like he was.
Well, that's your father in you. If you were more like your mother, you'd know you were good enough already. And he kind of gives you like a playful kind of clip around the back of the head.
Oh, I guess you're right. We all know who's like my mother. Anyway.
And the lady herself is back, and aren't we glad for it?
I don't think it's gonna be necessarily bad. We just need to, well, I just need to do things carefully, I guess. Ask me again in a couple of weeks. Who knows?
Dunno, Lord Asta. Seems like you got the right of it. Be careful with her.
Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should. Anyway, off you go. I think you're done here. I need to have a little conversation with my sister. Next time, don't let her go again like that.
I'd rather argue with the devil horse than your sister. You think Allegra's tough? Try and cross Tala one day. You'll see.
Sadly, I know. Anyway.
Don't stay out too late, my lord. It gets cold in the evening.
Nope. And we have a guest to entertain as well.
Yes, you do. My bloody knees give me grief.
Good night. Have your rest.
Good night, my lord. And he kind of hobbles on out and across the courtyard. You can hear his gait. It's one of those things, you can always hear him before you see him because of the uneven rhythm with which he walks. And as Bryce is clear and into the hold itself, so comes charging in your sister Tala and your cousin Adilyn, mounted on their horses.
Ha! Look who it is.
I swing down off the saddle and kind of, I'm just over exuberant at this point and just hurl myself at him into a haystack. Into the hay bales.
No.
What?
We've talked about this.
Oh, come on.
No, not today, Darla.
You haven't been observing traditions. Isn't that the job of the head of the house?
Oh, my lord. Don't be cross with her. She checked in with me before she went.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's fine, I think. But if Bryce tells you to be back in 1 hour, at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's been nearly 1 hour.
That's exactly how long he gave me.
Extra.
Okay.
Anyway. Sit down. I think we need to have a little conversation.
Oh, good.
I would tell you to stay, Adilyn, but I don't think you're gonna like the subject of the conversation, so maybe up to you.
I understand, my lord. Duty calls. Been gone a long time. Make sure the castle is all set.
Thank you. And thank you for being around me in King's Landing. Really helped.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll
See you
be
later.
up in a few minutes.
Understood.
Thank you.
Right.
Also kind of
Kind
sits
of
in silence.
I'll throw her a little wink as she goes. Just like, is this going to get gloomy?
Muted, Nuno.
How did that happen? Depends on your answers. I mean, well, first of all, sorry. How was King's Landing? Did you like it?
Everybody seems very aggressive. Well, not everybody. It's very busy.
Yeah.
I like our guest. He seems nice.
Yeah, about that. That's exactly why this conversation is happening. Look, no one's happy with with our little deal with the Gaunts, okay? Just want you to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at me. I know you're not happy, and I know this is unfair. And I've told you before, if you don't want to do this, don't.
But there's more to it than that, isn't there?
Yes.
This wasn't
your
our decision. I don't want to leave.
I know, but you need to think of the consequences, and that should weigh in your decision. When I say want, I want you to think about all the aspects of it, all the consequences, all the penalties we'll get.
My head
No,
hurts.
Look, I don't know if you understood what your sister was trying to do back in King's Landing.
Oh,
With you and our guest.
isn't that what she's always trying to do?
Yes, but you know very well that if you're promised to Lord Gaunt...
Oh, I would
then,
never. No. Well, I mean, not unless
Unless what?
it's a promise. It's a promise. So it's not even worth talking about, I suppose.
Okay, I like to hear that, but you need to be careful, because this happened and she's been back for 2 days. Now imagine if she stays around, it's going to try much more. And look, it is not her decision. It's your decision. And if you come to me and you tell me that this is bullshit and you want it to be over, then we can start working towards it. But it needs to come from you, not from her. Does that make sense?
I think so. Oh, all that time there, trying to be a lady, saying the right thing, it doesn't feel like when we were little, when we just say anything and we'd lie. And I grin at him and climb the ladder to the upper part of the barn above the haystacks. Okay. If we're going to talk truthfully, we're going to do it like when we were little. Tradition. Come on.
Fine,
Come
I guess
on.
I'll have to concede.
Asta,
Climb
you
my way
hear
over
the
there.
hobbling gait of Bryce making his way back towards the stable.
Quickly.
Go up. Stay quiet.
Mhm. Thought you'd be wanting these, and up comes this heft of blankets up the ladder. Told you it's getting cold.
Thank you.
And you can hear him go down and talk to a couple of the horses, and he's putting blankets on those horses as well. But then he's soon out of earshot.
And I'll drape the blanket over some of the hay bales, so we've got like a little lean-to tent. And go inside it. Okay. Like face to face in it, if you'll join me. On our tummies, face to face. Like, Asta, head of the house, my lord, brother, this is bullshit.
Okay. Fine. But if you're going to do it, we're going to do it our way. Carefully. To think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it properly. Not going to King's Landing and introducing you to the first person
That was an
walks by.
accident. He was
It
hot.
that-
I gave him a program thing.
Asta,
I don't know.
are you attempting to persuade Tala to predominantly confide in you and work with you on the marriage and her life?
Absolutely.
Is that your agenda? Okay, I would like you to make a persuasion roll. And Amelia, this is going to be against your intrigue defense.
He's going to take a -1D on that.
Oh no. And this is convince, yeah?
Yes.
And this is intrigue defense.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
that's
so
just a straight-
-1 keep.
Yes. That's correct.
Cool.
And I don't have any keeps on that because it's intrigue defense, right?
Yeah, it's just it's like your AC in D&D. It's just a static
Okay.
number.
That
This
didn't-
is it.
You don't have to tell us what it is. Nuno just needs to roll better than your intrigue defense. We're just going to do a simple
I see.
test for this.
Ooh. It's a 16.
Does a 16 beat your intrigue defense, Tala?
It does indeed.
Okay, this is the beginnings of a successful persuasion for Asta. Your disposition towards Asta is going to improve. So bear that in mind. It doesn't mean he's outright convinced you, but this is the start. Asta will need to continue his persuading down the line.
Mhm.
But for now, Asta is being successful in his persuasion.
Just let me know what I can do to make it easier for you. I tried being nice to him, but he hates me.
That's because we hate him as well.
I don't want to. He's just so... Ooh.
Hey, doesn't matter. Just play along for, well, until we manage something.
Play along. How well?
Well, as best as you can, I guess. Don't half-ass it if
Okay.
that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Okay. Look. And we're a family, right? Everyone has their part to play. But some people are just too eager. We need to take it slowly. Methodically. Need to think about it. Anyway, there's a guest that we kind of need to entertain as well. So,
I blush a little bit.
none
it's just...
that blushing.
I can't help it. You know I can't help it.
Fair enough. Anyway, guess the blankets have to wait. Let's go back.
Okay.
Good.
And I stand up on that shelf, knowing that the big haystack thing is underneath, and face Asta and just trustful back into it, and come out just hay in my hair.
Okay,
All over my
Amelia,
dress.
make an agility roll for
No,
me.
this is gonna go
Do you
well.
have any applicable dice you would like to argue? A bonus dice, specialty dice?
No, I
Okay.
don't think so. No.
Then away you go.
She breaks her neck and dies.
She does not break her neck and die. So you trustful back into the hay and you've lined it up perfectly and you kind of fall back. It stabs you in the back in places. But fortunately you don't kind of hit yourself on anything and you control yourself into that hay.
I'll giggle for a bit and then roll off and go, "Are you 2 grand now?"
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. And I jump.
Thought they'd make the head of the house some sterner
you
stuff
jump?
than that.
Yeah.
Into the hay.
Yep.
All right, make your agility roll.
13.
Yay!
Down he arrives.
$2,000, but still got it. There we go. Right.
Bravo, my lord.
Let's go.
Okay. And I look him over and just go, I don't even know where to start with the head. Kind of get rid of the most of it as much as I can.
Same.
All right, the night
what do I have
is
to
kind
do?
of moving on. Do any of you have an intention for a conversation with Lord Valerian tonight, or is it just going to be kind of welcome to the house, nice to have you kind of conversation?
Are we just sat at dinner? Like, what the fuck is everyone? Like,
Yeah, it's like,
what?
I imagine it's not like a formal dinner time kind of situation. It's you've come back, the servants will bring bread and cheese to whoever's there, kind of like a casual when you want to eat, come eat type deal, as nothing was really expected in terms of you being back so soon and things. Your guest is being looked after by the household. The Meister from House Gaunt has had a polite conversation with him. Rushton's spoken to him when he's been in the hall collecting his dinner. But I think it's that kind of casual, everyone's knackered atmosphere. Everyone's just kind of getting in and dealing. And from what you've seen of Diffin, he's just kind of keeping to himself, being polite, kind of, you know, doing his thing, not too concerned about a lack of a huge formal dinner or anything like that.
I would like to be chummy with him and get him on side.
Okay. I'm seeing nods from Susie. You're muted. Oh dear.
Still muted.
Goodbye, Mike.
Have
Alright,
some
well,
chat.
let's see if you do a refresh and see if she can come back in.
Yeah, it's up to you if
Is
you want to
there-
roleplay through it either as well. Like,
What we'll do is I'll get the intention from both you and Susie for your characters or the agenda, and we'll do like a simple roll. See how
like
it
cards on the frickin' table, Charlie. This is really meta. Like, I want him on side. I want to schmooze. I want an
On
easier
side-
time
okay,
of
so
it when I go in for
my
it.
question is on side, do you mean you just want to improve his disposition towards you, or you want to angle him towards a certain line of thinking?
I actually want to. Yeah, you usually improve dispositions to people. I would like him to like the house better.
Okay. I'll take it as a disposition towards the general house, like towards your reputation and his opinion of the Tremaine family. Susie, we're setting
Hello.
the kind of meta intention. Hello, can hear you now. We're gonna keep this nice and simple.
I was saying if we could like wombo combo him, Jamie and Allegra, just trying to
Yes.
get that sort of maximum sort of make him feel at ease and comfortable and welcome in the house, you know, raise that disposition.
Okay, and what would you be, not to roleplay it out, but you know, what's your talking point? What are you selling him with? Don't you like our dragon claws? Is that the angle? Or I'm so glad
Don't
you
you
were
like our
able to
dragon
come with
claws?
us.
We
No,
got
I
makes
think-
to
What if we have like a sitting room almost with a nice big fire, and we're like after food we sat there with like some wine or brandy or whatever the shit, and it's kind of like just a general kind of like, you know, welcome to the area. Do you know much about this area? And Allegra would like to propose, as we do have guests incoming, that we have a hunt for a feast. No, I'm not proposing. She's married. Come on.
Okay. It's only
Not
bigamy
you.
if someone else finds
Every boy I've ever liked.
All right. So, we will do this the same way that Asta made his roll against Tala, but obviously you will be rolling against Diffin's intrigue defense.
Mm-hmm.
We will be using that assist rule, Sam, that we have on our lovely cheat sheet. Allegra
should it be
will
me rolling?
Yes, Allegra will be
Okay.
acting in assist. And we'll take
it's
the
my house,
idea
not
of the
hers.
hunt as a separate.
Sure.
So I believe with the assist you gain a
Bonus
a
die.
bonus dice to your roll.
Whoa! Right. There we go. 16.
Yeah. So you beat his intrigue defense,
Boom.
and he's grateful to you for letting him stay with you. He's interested in the idea of the hunt. He would very much like to see more of the lands around here. He mostly has spent most of his life on Driftmark Isle. He's been to the King's Landing on a few occasions to visit cousins and for important events, but mostly he stayed on the island, so it's very interesting to him to be here on the mainland. It's a very nice conversation. You get the impression he's tired, but he's relieved to be here and relieved that you're here, kind of helping him out a little bit, because wasn't that an embarrassment? All
That's what
right.
friends are for.
And with the note of that's what friends are for, I would like to do our house fortune roll. We're gonna move into our more meta stage of our game now that we've done our establishing character stuff. It is the changing of the month, and we are going into the month of the Crone's Lantern, which, if you follow After the Fire, the cousin/sister campaign to this, was a big event for Fox Hollow. And things are, beginning to change weather-wise. It's growing a little bit warmer, a little bit wetter than it has been. But yeah, it's the start of a new month. And with this, Nuno, you need to make a house status roll. You can use your stewardship as your bonus dice. As Sam and I hurriedly fetch our handbooks.
Okay, so it's just a straight up status roll, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This
Since I
is
have
much
no
like
stewardship.
the roles we were making when we were establishing the house's history, only now the
Yeah.
roles are based on your house status, and then we'll do the modifiers from the spreadsheet, which Susie can have a look at for us.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It's okay,
Cool.
Susie can do that, Sam. If you could find the table, because I haven't found it yet. I thought I had it post-it marked, but it's the wrong one.
It's in the most random place.
Yeah, it's somewhere at the back of this book.
So thoughts are on 212, but the actual table is on about 120, 122.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sam. All right,
That's
so,
all right.
so yes, this is your status plus any stewardship dice, and then if you have dutiful and head of house, those sort of things will also add a modifier that you'll need to be
Okay.
aware of.
So it's just 46 plus 1. Which will turn out to be a 14.
And we
Okay.
get a +4 modifier from our house fortune. Modifier.
Ooh.
So it's an 18 total, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that as a blessing.
Ooh!
Yay.
Oh.
A blessing, friends, is a minor benefit.
It is.
As Charlie will verify this. Independent adjudicator.
Do you want to read out the information you've got?
Yeah, if you're happy with the roll.
Yep.
A blessing is a minor benefit, friends. An upturn in events that improves the house in some way. Blessings might be useful alliances. Useful alliances.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Receiving
You're
an
being too
invitation to participate in a notable tournament. A visit from a powerful lord, and so on. Blessings improve one resource by 1 to 3 points, or 2 resources by 1 point each. However,
Ooh.
it's up to Charlie where these go.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
It is. I would like actually for you to pitch based on the events of last episode, and what could potentially be about to happen. What resources you would like to improve? I may choose slightly different ones, but reflective of the fact that you have been making arrangements with other houses, Allegra being back, Tala's promising marriage arrangement, which we'll see. Your lowest, of course, is influence at the moment.
I think that.
Yeah, influence for sure, I think.
Yeah. I think it makes sense as well.
Okay.
So here, as in a broad way, here's Loki. What I would like to do as my kind of character's agenda and stuff for I think probably midterm of the game anyway, is to get back to King's Landing and get more influence for the house a bit. Play the game of King's Landing, basically. So that would be my pitch as I go there, or wherever I end up. It's basically kind of garnering the little support of other lords, bit of carousing, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so Nuno, I would like you to roll a 1d3, and this will be what we improve your influence by. I don't think we're going to split. I think influence is the right call. It makes sense with everything that's happened so far. Everyone hope for it. Okay.
God damn it, Nuno!
Well, the Nuno.
Of course.
So your influence improves by 1.
Thanks, I hate it. Otherwise known as Jamie, you're shit.
You know what? We'll also throw 1 in wealth, reflecting your successful deal with the Rikers.
Yay! I like
Yay.
that. I like
There you go.
Yeah.
She felt
Cool.
sorry for us.
I
It's that
did.
bad.
I felt really sorry for you.
Feeling sorry for us.
We got pity points, and I'm okay with it.
Okay, we need every
Not
point.
gonna
every point.
complain.
What a
No.
pity
Always
points
hungry.
Prizes?
Pity prizes.
Horses?
Pity prizes.
There's still prizes.
So Sam kind of began this conversation, but this is the point where I'd like to go around and establish your player agenda for kind of this point until we complete your short-term agenda. So this could be the end of this episode or the end of next episode. That's the kind of timescale we're looking at. So let's go around. Let's start with Susie this time, and then we'll go anti-clockwise.
I would like to make Lord Valerian a steadfast friend of at least mine, if not the house's.
Okay. And Sam, what's Jamie's agenda?
Jamie's agenda is to do a treachery. I mean, help the house. No, so how upfront are we being with our personal agendas, folks?
It's up to you. It helps to give me a general idea, but if you want to do something sneaky on the download, that's fine.
Because I feel like we play After the Fire quite out in the open. With the kind of the meta's all there and stuff, but people are still reacting really in character, and it's really cool. I think like everyone here, I could absolutely trust to act like outside the meta. So, I was thinking about this on the train. This session want to convince Lord Valerian to help me in King's Landing, not the house, to help me.
Ooh.
Okay. And Nuno, what is Aster's agenda?
Aster's agenda for the near future is to make sure that whenever the wills arrive, there's a successful business transaction and maybe some good word spreading about our horses.
All right, so you want to work on the reputation for your horse breeding and make a good business deal. Okay,
Yes.
cool. And Amelia, what is Tala's agenda?
Tala is currently hedging her bets because she's essentially been told to. So I don't know how you think it would be best to play this, but she would be trying to be nice and welcoming and polite to Lord Valerian.
Mm-hmm.
But
What is her personal goal? It's okay if it changes.
What,
But
like
what does she
long-term?
really want? What is not?
She really
kind
does
of
not
not
want
too
to marry
long
this
front.
Gaunt.
She doesn't want to marry Gaunt.
She wants to
Okay.
marry somebody who likes her, and this man seems to like her, and her sister seems up for her becoming better friends with him.
So I'm going to suggest that your agenda would be to follow through in undermining the agreement with Gaunt. You want to work on getting out of that agreement.
Yeah, there'll be other elements to that.
Yeah, it's more complicated than that, but that's a good core point of she wants to get out of the arrangement with Gaunt, and she's going to take steps towards that.
Okay.
Making friends with Valerian is a good possibility. We will see, obviously, how she feels about him as things go on.
Okay.
And Shauna, what is Adilyn's agenda?
I think personally she wants to be on the same page with her cousins, older cousins who are... She wants to make sure everyone's on the same page as far as like this Gaunt stuff. 100%.
Awesome. And okay, so the next thing is kind of the upkeep phase. And Allegra's made the proposal of this great hunt, which I think is a good action for the house to host. Unless there's any opposition. Nuno, as head of the house, you can make the decision, no, we're going to do something else.
No, I think we're good. I think that's a good idea.
Okay. So I believe with the hunt, there's a wealth cost to it.
Yeah, so I got the house action out of the PDF for you if you like.
Thank you. Yes, please.
So we can throw a impressive hunt as a house action. These hunts often involve fearsome beasts like lions or more fantastic creatures depending on the setting and the time. Such hunts require 10 wealth to set up and host and gain the house 1d3 plus 6 influence. The winner receives 3 glory.
Ooh.
It's a big one.
It is
If we
a
want
big
to change
one.
that up, we can do maybe a smaller hunt. I don't know.
We can set it at 5 wealth and we'll just half the influence to match. It's an expensive, you're hosting an event, but you will have other lords probably in attendance. And obviously you've got to have a target for the hunt to find. But we can discuss.
It's not like a lion, it's like half a
lion.
lion, like a big angry cat.
Just a cat. It's just a cat. It's in the yard somewhere.
Hey, why don't we go get a shadow cat?
Because we hikey can't afford this at all. Like, we have 1 wealth to spend.
Oh.
No.
Well, potentially you will have more than that if you make the deal with the wills. So why don't we agree to put a pin in this plan as this is our intention. And then if you have the wealth, you can follow through on a hunt. And then if not, we'll go back and we'll do another phase instead. Does that sound fair?
Well, it could be like, so the thing with that is like the great hunt, but what we could just run a actual hunt. And the thing I always think about, it sounds
hunt.
It sounds like such a generic action, manage resources, but there's always a story behind it, right? So if we moved wealth into something else, influence, lands, or just like something else, depending on, because wealth you can move anywhere. That's the cool thing about wealth. So we could put it into influence, or we could put it somewhere that would benefit us in some way, and we could just say, well, actually, we spent money on this hunt, and that got us the thing, you know. Unless you don't want to do that, Charlie. But I always think there's a story behind those things, even if they're little changes.
I think it's up to the house.
That would be my...
It's not my wealth for a change.
Yeah. That would be my suggestion. Like, we could manage resources, and then you can move different resources into others. So, I mean, the full options here, folks, you can put wealth into any other stat, basically. So we've got, for the folks at home, we've got defense, influence, lands, law, population, and power, and then wealth at the end. You can move influence into law. You can move lands into defense. Or you can move population into power. So that's like getting peasants to, you know, into suits of armor, weapons and stuff. Or you can move power into influence, law, or population. So there's little combos that we could do, and it tends to be one of the main things that you do, and we don't have to do them even. My suggestion would be moving that wealth point into something more helpful. We're at maybe power. Nothing else is really going to massively help us here. Influence is always good, but then we've got to get to that 20 for tried to give
Yeah.
us another bonus dice or test die or whatever it is. So
You're working towards it though.
oh, for sure.
Yeah, we could start building,
Mhm.
building up, to be honest,
Yeah.
because it is the weakest link, isn't it? Influence.
Yeah.
But up
Yeah.
to you guys.
I don't know. Opinions. I think I'd be okay with moving from wealth to influence, but I don't know.
Yeah,
about you.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. That
Okay.
sounds like it then.
Okay.
Then Allegra's proposal for a hunt goes through. It starts out as a conversation about a great hunt. Wouldn't it be wild if we could go and, track a bear or something big? And I imagine Jamie comes in with a more sensible, how about just some pheasants and no one breaks their necks kind of suggestion.
The coffers won't allow it. We'll just have to just small hunt, very small
Okay.
hunt.
Be a bear. Something's a
Ba-
fox.
ba-
No, we can't do
badger.
that. Pheasant.
Badger.
We're hunting
Badger.
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 It's a shrew. We will chase it down.
Just ducks.
Oh, no.
Bryce comments
Three
that there
ducks.
are some otters damming up the river that you can go and take out.
No.
Wow. Are we the bad guys?
I think so, yeah.
But you will settle on kind of deer and pheasants, depending on what your master of the hunt tells you is around that day. Because essentially, what Bryce will take care of for you is finding the things that you are going to have to hunt. And so when you go out with your lords and lady friends, there's something for you to hunt.
I like to think it's more of a show, like it's a horsey show rather than a proper hunt. Like, we
Yeah,
don't bring,
I mean,
we don't
That's
bring
every
much,
was
win.
like-
but we look fucking fabulous doing it.
That
Like,
was
off we go.
90% of why I suggested it, so we can show off the merchandise.
This
Like-
is
Sure,
maybe why we
yeah.
were. This is why we were probably bad at a war. Also, this reason.
You're like the
They all-
used car salesman of Westeros. Look at our horses.
Hey, we resemble that remark. You get out of here.
All right, so this is the established fiction. The next morning, it's a nice morning as the sun rises up over your lands. Your servants are hard at work. The horses are being tended to. Some are taken out for exercise. Some move to pasture. Training. There's a lot of that kind of sound going on. Down the road is your small kind of hamlet where the farmers are busy delivering grain to the mill that is in operation there. The mill belonging to the hamlet and not to you, although you get obviously a stipend of your hamlet existing. So that is what is kind of going on. The world is busy around you all, and you are all kind of free to live your lives. You know that you made the arrangement for the wills to arrive, but in the night, the Meister receives word that the wills are actually due either today or tomorrow, as there's been some business at King's Landing and they're not sure how long it will take them. The Meister suggests you edge your bets on it being tomorrow, though. He's had word that there is a lot going on in King's Landing. And Asta, he asks you why you didn't stay.
Well, something happened in King's Landing, and people started leaving, and I thought it was for the best to see what was, if we could come back as soon as possible. Don't worry about it. Just I just didn't want us to be seen in the midst of the mess that ensued. But everything's fine. We made a lot of friends, a lot of people coming to visit, so it should be fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm sure you made a wise decision, my lord. It was your decision, was it not?
Of course.
Of
Who
course.
else?
No business of mine, my lord.
Absolutely right.
Are there any letters you would like me to send?
I am still thinking over the responses I wish to send, but I'll get back to you once I know what to do.
As you like. I will be very interested to see who attends the hunt.
It will be glorious.
Of course, my lord.
Or, good.
Crone's Lantern is a good month for hunts.
Yes, it is. Let's just hope that Bryce finds something worth our time.
Of course. Sir Rushton.
Yes. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Would you pardon me some frank counsel, my lord?
It depends on what you're about to say, but if you're feeling risky.
You host some interesting guests at present and in the near future. They would expect probably slightly less familiarity than your family generally shows those in its employ. I wish only for the house to succeed and make a good impression, of course.
There is indeed a very good advice. One that I'm not sure I needed, but it is indeed fair.
You might also consider how your family regards you, my lord. They pay much deference to Master Waters.
What are you insinuating exactly?
I am insinuating, my lord, that the house respects your elder brother more than it respects you, and it does not reflect well.
Half-brother.
Correct, my
Remember
lord.
that.
Oh, it is not forgotten, my lord.
And don't worry about it. By family, you certainly don't mean everyone, do you?
Is there someone on your mind, my lord? And he
No,
kind of
just-
steeples his hands, kind of ready to listen to what you will tell him or offer counsel.
No, just wondering if you had a name, since you're in the business of giving advice now.
I have observed that your cousin Tremaine, in particular, pays little heed to your title or position within the household. I understand old habits are difficult to part with, but particularly inadvised considering her reputation.
I do not
Now-
think that's something you should worry about.
It is my duty to worry about the house, my lord, and to offer you my counsel, but it is
Right.
your duty and your position to decide which to take.
And I do listen, Meister, I do listen. Worry not. Your words are not empty, and I do ponder on them, but I think you worry too much. Let's see how the hunt goes.
I know that many find discomfort in my position here being by arrangement of House Gaunt, but I assure you, this is the house I serve, my lord.
I do understand your concerns. Obviously, this is a very suboptimal situation, of course, but I assure you, as long as you continue to serve me properly, you have nothing to fear. People will respect you as they respect me.
I understand, my lord, and I appreciate you taking the time to hear my counsel. I shall keep my worries a little more to myself and tend to the house for you.
Thank you.
Good morning. And he will kind of remove himself from the conversation you've been having. Would anyone like to propose a scene for today?
I would like Allegra and Tala as they're probably getting ready for the hunt, because I imagine Tala's coming out too. Maybe in the stables, like tending to, like maybe doing like a final brush down of the horses,
Mhm.
getting them ready. So, Tala,
My eyes go wide just at the way she said that. Like, oh no.
You're not in Don't look at me like that. You're not in trouble.
For once, I didn't think I was.
You had the
Not
look on your
directly.
face that you used to have whenever mother would catch us.
Don't know what you mean.
I'm quite sure. Okay, I'm wondering if you had time to think on what I said at King's Landing.
You said a lot of things. Which bit?
You know full well the bit I mean.
I really don't.
About your current situation.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, it's not ideal.
It's not, no.
Do we always have to dance like this? Can't you just say what you mean?
And she takes her by the shoulders. Look, Tala, I can tell that you're clearly not happy by this, and he certainly isn't. I saw the way he looked at you.
Maybe that's
Do
a good
you-
thing.
What do you mean?
Nobody wanted R'hllor.
And she'll sort of like cup your cheek. She'll go, Tala, you're much more than a horse with an attitude problem.
Depends who you ask.
I'm asking you, Tala. What do you want?
I want to make you all proud. I want to stop having conversations like this. I just thought it would be more like when you got married. You'd send me letters and tell me how nice he was, and
Tala, darling, listen. I was never supposed to be married, Yanis. That was never the intent. But I saw him, and I wanted him, so I got him.
that's you. You're... They might as well blow a fanfare every time you enter the room. I'm not like that. I don't...
No, no, you're not. But I also know that you are no docile, quiet wife of a gaunt. You are a horsewoman. You have a wicked wit. I know this. I've seen you in action, Tala.
So, what are you proposing?
I'm proposing that we get you what you want.
I don't think you are. I think you're proposing we get me what you want.
I want you to be happy, Tala. I already have enough trouble trying to find Danella a husband, and trust me, that is already going to be a difficult task.
She's very...
Vanilla is in the background folding handkerchiefs.
What is she? Does she actually? Okay.
Allegra kind of goes, I will talk to you about that later.
I feel like Lord Gaunt might prefer her to me. At least she's quiet.
Well, let me tell you, the thought had crossed my mind. If Yanis wouldn't be very upset with me.
No, you can't.
I'm not a
She's-
monster.
Again, depends who you ask.
A lot of people have a lot of opinions about me, Tala. Some good, some less good.
It's all so serious now. It's easier when we can just...
Unfortunately, that's all a part of growing up.
I don't like it. I don't want to. Let's not.
Well, you can't not.
Fine.
I mean, you could come live at Crackclaw Point with me, but there's not much there. And there's not many open fields to ride horses.
Mm. Do you remember those stories we used to read about Dawn? That sounded so romantic. Places like that. I want to see things. I want to... Imagine being able to ride astride and nobody say a word about it. Or inherit, or have fun.
Yes, it
Have
all
a
sounds
serious
dreadfully
conversation.
romantic until you meet a Dornishman and then all those illusions are shattered, let me tell you.
Really?
Oh, brutish,
like?
horrible men.
Really?
Don't get any ideas in your head. 2 of them are coming to stay here.
No. Ugh.
For a second there, Tala, there's a bit of mother in you, though.
Don't you dare.
What? Don't I dare what?
Don't you dare if we're drawing comparisons. I've heard that voice you've started using. Never used to talk like that when you were around here.
Well, no, I didn't.
Oh, somebody's
Really?
mother now.
I'm 3 people's mother, actually.
Oh, good. What's that like?
It's actually not bad. You'd know if you came to meet them.
I'd love to, but apparently I'm being used as some sort of token in a game I don't want to play. Suppose I've got the whole mother thing to look forward to, if I'm lucky.
It is. It's your duty and your honor and your privilege as a woman of Westeros.
Jamie's been doing his best. He's been trying to teach me courtly manners, but you know what I'm like. This is not... I think there was a reason I was the last born girl.
Yes,
Please
there's a
don't
reason
pull the
for
good
that.
stuff on you.
Yes, Tala.
Okay, Susie and Amelia. In this conversation, are either of your characters attempting to persuade or convince the other of something? To sway them towards your perspective on an issue?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Saying nods. I mean,
No,
Amelia,
it would
yours
be
might
more-
just be to
It
have
would be
a,
more
like,
of a
more
charm thing.
sympathetic a charm thing.
It would be more
Yeah?
of a charm. Yeah.
You're both here with you. You have an objective.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I would like to do this. Just the end of this conversation. We'll do this as an intrigue.
Mhm.
So you want to need your cheat sheets open.
Oh. Cheat sheets.
Cheat sheets.
Okay.
A reminder that these cheat sheets are the ones that we've kind of developed and tweaked with the help of the wonderful Sam, Don, and a couple of people. To kind of streamline A Song of Ice and Fire and fix the balance on a couple of things that we didn't think were quite right. And they will be available on our Patreon, maybe next week, maybe the week after. But if you want to see them, Patreon's the way to go. And 100% of our Patreon goes to paying our casts. So it's all going to these wonderful people and the other casts on Encounter Roleplay. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is essentially to set your objective. So something that you want to get out of this conversation, you can set that within your head or you can state it. That's up to you. And then you'll need to roll your initiative. And this is based on your status. So this is a status roll.
You win.
And I would say for this conversation, you can include breeding dice as you're both highborn.
Alright. It's a 12.
Oh, that didn't work. Hang on a sec.
If you're not dropping any, Amelia, just do the normal /die, however many d6.
8.
Okay, so Allegra, you will go first in initiative.
Okay. Alright.
So set in your mind your disposition,
Mm-hmm.
and this will give you a number, which will be your soak. This is how much you can reduce any damage by social damage. And then you pick your technique.
Okay, I am going to convince her to come around to my perspective on this thing.
Okay, and you were being truthful in your arguments?
Yeah. Allegra generally does want Tala to be happy.
Weak.
Okay, I didn't know any serious deception in your conversation so far, but we will see if any appears in the roleplay. So this will be a persuasion.
Okay.
Commence.
But that's minus 1d.
She's got that bloody thing. Dutiful?
I'm dutiful.
Oh,
It's
God.
like the most OP fucking thing. No, seriously.
It's
Yeah,
perfect.
she's got that,
I
too.
have it as well.
You would think
Okay,
it's
I
perfect.
do get to re-roll my 1, so bear with me a second.
Yeah.
Okay, that is 14.
Okay, so Amelia, you need to compare this to your intrigue defense.
Oh, that's double it.
Okay. Sorry, Sam, can you explain this? I've got a cough.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Amelia, what is your intrigue defense?
7.
7. So 14 would be. Hang on. No. We'll go up in 5s. So 12 would be 2 degrees of success. Is it 3 degrees of success? Shit,
No.
it is. No.
Is it? No, I got 14. So it's
No, it's 2
2
degrees of success. Okay, cool. So, Susie, that is double your will rank.
Okay. That will be 8.
Okay, so she will deal to you 8 composure damage, but you reduce that by your DR, your disposition rating. If your
I don't
composure
know
is
what that means.
That's cool.
I've never done
All
this
right.
before.
So on your sheet, you've got qualities, and then in the next box over, you've got intrigue here. Intrigue defense there you've got, and then below that should be composure. These are your social hit points.
Okay.
So
Your
you reduce those.
disposition, it's on the first page of the intrigue cheat sheet. It's basically how much you like the other person. The more you like someone, the easier it is for them to affect you in a conversation and a social interaction. So if your disposition towards Allegra is affectionate, which is as high as it can be, you will reduce that by 1, which will make it 7. If your disposition is malicious, which is the worst it could possibly be, it would reduce that by 5.
Right. I think she's been gone for a while, and she's been quite harsh with me, maybe for good reasons, but I think there's a difference because she's been gone for so long between how she would view Asta and Jamie and how she would view Allegra. Because she also makes no bones about the fact that
Would you say
she's
you are
friendly.
friendly towards her or indifferent?
Definitely.
Okay, friendly. So we'll reduce that
as
by
close
2.
to affectionate as possible. But she's being very grand.
Okay, so your
It feels
composure will reduce by 5 then in total. Is that right?
Okay.
Oh wait, 8,
No,
8 damage? 6.
Okay.
Yikes.
If your composure is
That-
reduced to 0, then you're out and she gets what she wants.
Okay.
If not, you're still good. And there's
No,
no like
I'm down.
penalties or anything.
I'm down to 6.
Alright, so now we kind of do the roleplay part. So Allegra, you know you're successful with this convince, but what do you say?
I think she again just sort of like puts a hand on Tala's cheek. Tala, look, I know I've been gone for quite some time, and I'm probably quite different to how you remember me, but I do still love you very much. I do still want you to be happy.
No. It's so difficult knowing who to trust now. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Okay, now Amelia, it's Tala's turn.
Okay.
So you need to choose your technique, how you want to approach your argument for your agenda. You were leaning into charm. So
Oh yeah,
if you would still want to do that.
I think that's what she does with most people.
Okay. We'll kind of cut over to action very briefly because we used influence for Allegra's as the overall action, which does damage to your target's intrigue. Composure. But there are a number of other options here. You can consider fast talk, mollify, read target, so you get to know a little bit more information about Allegra's disposition towards you, and you also get a +1 to your next persuasion test. Withdraw. I imagine you probably want to go with influence, but just to highlight the options.
Let's have a look at influence. The target.
This is our first time doing this, so bear with us.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's absolutely fine.
See, the problem with this situation is I don't think she wants to change her mind about anything. She wants to make her more susceptible to future. She wants to make her more affectionate towards her as opposed to anything else. So it feels more like a charm thing or a...
Yeah, so we'll do a charm. Yeah, so if you roll your persuasion plus charm.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so 6. Okay, I think I've... Let's see how this goes. Do qualities that add things to tests, do they count as a drop? Oh, I can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Yeah.
What is the benefit or quality that you would like?
It is... Hang on.
Because it'll say in the text for your benefit whether it affects your roll or not.
It says I get an additional 1B to all persuasion tests. It's charismatic.
Okay, so yeah, that's another bonus dice, so that'll become a drop dice. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. 16.
16. So Susie, you can let us know your intrigue so we can figure out the impact of that. What's going on? Why are we all just pointing at each other? Oh, got a microphone issue.
Oh no, friends. Let's fill the time.
It's exciting.
La, la, la.
Dragons and stuff.
I'm kind of keeping this focused a little bit on the mechanics so that when we do a bigger intrigue with, say, less friendly subjects, we've got the mechanics down so we can just play it.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go. Hello.
Hey!
My intrigue defense is 9, so it's 2 degrees.
Okay, so that's 2 degrees. So on a success, with a charm, I've just closed my sheet. You improve your target's disposition by 1 step. In addition, you gain a +1 keep dice on all deception and persuasion tests in your next
It was only
intrigue.
1 step because my
That
DR,
doesn't
I
matter.
forgot.
Oh wait, this is the...
That's if
Sorry,
I'm
I was doing the wrong
defeated
thing.
by a charm, right?
Yeah, I was doing the defeat thing. That's my bad. So you'll just take charm is based on persuasion rank. So Amelia, what is your persuasion rank?
I just remembered my DR, so it's 1 degree. of
It's 1
success.
step. Yeah.
That's soak. That doesn't add to your composure.
Oh yeah, it does.
sorry.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah,
It doesn't
sorry.
add to your
Yeah,
intrigue.
sorry.
Damage.
Yeah,
Does
my
that
bad.
That's like
count as
like
a
your armor.
defeat? You
I
just
remember.
mentioned defeating.
No, it's
Does
not a
that
defeat.
count? Okay.
That was me. I read the wrong bit.
Gotcha.
But if you succeed on a charm, that's what will happen.
Okay.
So what is your persuasion rank, Amelia?
Depends what you're looking at. Flat 5.
Yeah, so that's 5.
Nothing else on it. don't want
Susie,
to
if
know
that was one degree of success, that'll be 5. If it was 2, that'll be 10.
Okay.
Minus your soak.
Okay.
Oof.
That doesn't take bonus die.
No,
into
it's just
account
purely
yet?
your persuasion rank.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Okay. So what do you say back to Allegra?
It's just so difficult knowing what to do, and I'm not made for this like you are. I don't know. I just wish it could all be a little bit easier. And I want to do you all proud. I really do, but I just worry I'm not built for it. You know what I'm like.
Look, Tala, do you think I was built for this? Is that when I was a child that I...
Yes! Every room you entered, you were flirting, and everybody remembers you.
Tala, I had to work hard to be someone that people remember.
People do remember me, just not for the right reasons. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
I don't think that's true.
No?
No, not at all. Trust me, we were just in King's Landing. Did you see half of the women there?
So mean.
Look. Well, some of them are quite mean to me, so it's their just desserts.
Who?
There's a few. Look, Tala, if this is something you want, if this is something you really want, and you want some help to get there, you want help to be yourself, to not be shackled to this monster of a man, then I can help you.
I don't know. Is he? People say that about Jamie.
Well, Jamie can be a monster. I've seen him. And he would say the same if you asked him. We know who we are, Tala. And that means nobody can use that against us.
I'll try.
Okay, Allegra, +1 bonus dice for the roleplay. I'd like you to make your move.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, here we go.
And you're doing persuasion.
Yep.
Commence.
Yep. That's 25.
Oh! Ow! Ow!
Wow.
Crit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power.
So an extra rule we've kind of developed is much in the way you can get crits in combat, you can now get crits in social intrigue, and they pretty much mirror the combat one just for the social situation. Sam, it looks to me like Allegra has 2 crits.
So Susie needs to increase her base damage. So that's the figure she does before she multiplies per degree of success by 4.
Oh. That's
Wow.
that's 8. As my base damage is 8 now.
So if your intrigue defense there, Amelia, is 9, that's like 4 degrees of success.
Yeah.
It was 7.
There you go.
Okay. So yeah. So you were defeated by Allegra's Convince. I don't even think you can take enough frustration for it to be worthwhile at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So Allegra,
Mm-hmm.
you convince Tala of your point, and what is the point that you would like Tala to take away from this?
The point of it is that she doesn't have to do anything she doesn't want to do, and that Allegra will be the one that will help her.
Ooh. Ow! Ow! No! Oh no!
Allegra's in the middle. There's
Oh, no.
Astra on one side. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tala in the middle. Astra one side, Allegra the other.
Okay, so I don't have to do. I'm just writing this down just to make absolutely sure I got this in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
And this is the power of the Song of Ice and Fire system, is characters can change your mind, but the fun of that is playing that change and exploring that rabbit hole. Because, you win or you die, but, sometimes death isn't so bad, right? So, I would like to propose a scene. As we prepare for this hunt, I would like to propose a scene wherein Jamie and Asta are getting ready. Perhaps they're going over aspects of, slaying of the animal or preparing the horses, which horses you want to take, whatever you think you would be doing to prepare. But I'd like Jamie and Asta to be looking into this preparation and what they're doing.
I think it's Jamie that's the one that's actually talking to Bryce about the hunt, about what the huntsmen have found that could be a possibility for the hunt tomorrow. Maybe that's where Astor walks in.
Sounds good.
It's a little bit of that kind of ever so slight statusy power play that we established earlier about Jamie being the one in the household that does a fair bit.
And I think Bryce is kind of letting you know they've had a good herd of deer down on the lands that they think they'll be able to keep an eye on. There's also the foxes and the pheasant, although it's a little early, perhaps, in the season to be hunting pheasant, a little cruel and unsportsmanly at this point. But if you're looking for something bigger, like a boar, they'd have to go and flush one out from woods, from off your land, and push it down towards your lands.
We are after no great sport here, Bryce. But I think the ladies would kill me if we didn't let them ride with us, and so the deer herd it is. The crone graces us with such a herd.
As you say,
My lord. My lord, we are due out tomorrow to go after a herd of deer.
Oh, is it decided then? I heard no word of this.
If it please you. Otherwise, there is some falconry, some hawking we can engage in, if you would like it lighter.
Anything more challenging, perhaps?
Perhaps. There is word of a boar nearby. A large boar. Gored a couple of Bryce's men. Didn't it, Bryce?
as you say.
Is this true? Is it a vicious one?
Brings with it trouble, as all wars do.
Fair enough. I don't know.
Wouldn't advise it, my lord. Not with the guests.
Right. Well, if he was successful, though, the guests would, I'm sure, enjoy their stay better. Wouldn't you say?
If you say so, my lord.
The hounds and horses are, of course, trained. We would have to let a few of the farmers know we'd be going through their fields.
Mm-hmm.
And a boar can do a lot of damage to a field if it gets it in its mind.
Yes, it can. Yes. Make it the deer. Just safer, I think. I think we should go with that.
I'll
But,
see the pest off, my lord.
Yeah, do that. Next time there's a problem, just come to me first.
Of course. I'll go and finish my work, if that's all right, my lords.
Yeah, go on then.
That familiar stiff gait down towards the stables.
A wise choice.
Indeed. So, how long do you plan to stay here this time?
As long as I can see to our guest, see that it is well entertained.
You are aware that this guest might induce in some trouble with other issues we have pending with the Gaunts. I'm sure you've noticed in King's Landing what Allegra was trying to do.
I have to confess, I wasn't massively paying attention.
Our dear sister has put into her mind that Tarla should get rid of her current fiancé as soon as possible. I'm sure you understand that's not wise. If one was to do something like that, then surely it should have been done carefully.
Shouldn't be done at all.
You are correct, but it seems that she has put her mind to do it. You're close. Maybe you could talk some sense into her.
And you, as lord of this house, could not.
I can, but her predisposition towards me is not most pleasant, and I would like to avoid confrontations. She's been here only for 2 days, after all.
2 days and she's already stirring up trouble. Of course.
Just like Mother.
Yes, just like Mother. Of course, I'll see to it.
Thank you.
Now is not the time to be going against the will of the good king.
I would advise against it. But tell me if you haven't noticed this about your guest. What are you planning? I've heard nothing from you about what you're intending to do with this connection.
Valarium?
Yes.
Simple to make friends where friends are best placed. At court, obviously. Someone who would sponsor us, would put in a good word for us. That's all I desire.
And how's it going? Court, I mean.
Busy and full of Dornishmen.
Well, good thing we might be getting on their good side then, yeah?
If all goes to plan. And certain ladies marry certain lordlings.
Let's try and keep that true. Would you like to accompany me in the negotiations with the Wills once they come?
Of course, my lord.
Perfect. I think your opinion might be valued. You did chat to him during the tournament, didn't you?
Did I, Charlie?
Was the bets
He
guy,
was the
wasn't
guy you were making bets with.
Yeah.
Oh, Bet's guy. Yeah. Yes, we had some friendly banter.
Oh, perfect. It's always good to start from a position of rapport, I think.
I did take quite a lot of his coin. That maybe isn't the best position to be in. If I'd lost, it would have been better. He would have been more malleable, I think.
Absolutely. But hey, I don't think we're in any position of actually losing coin, so good thing you didn't. Maybe we can turn that around once we chat to them.
What would you like to get out of it?
Hopefully, our fine horses would gain some reputation. Maybe we'd have people from other places coming here to see them and buy them. And once we have the coin, we can invest in making it more profitable, more efficient. Obviously, upholding the levels of quality that we are known for, or should be known for.
Are the wills the best for that, really?
Well, obviously, I wouldn't say the best, but we have to start somewhere. Do you have any other suggestions?
suppose not. Although the higher up the ladder you can go, the better. If it must be the Dauncher and the Martells. But all they'll want is sand steeds. And while it's true our coursers or destriers are better horses,
Mm-hmm.
they won't necessarily go for them. We'd want more of a Reacher house, or maybe the Knights of the Vale, something that uses the horses we actually produce.
It's valuable insight. I mean, you do know that I value your opinion. In times of need, we should definitely stick together.
Of course, my lord.
I can count on you. Hopefully things will get better, but if they get rougher, then don't forget, you're one of us. Even if sometimes you wish you weren't.
Being Targaryen doesn't make me not a member of this family as well.
Absolutely. You've been raised here. You've been accepted just because a king decided to make you a legitimate heir. It does not mean that you do not belong here. As I said, your opinion is valued, and you should remind yourself that if we profit, then you profit, and vice versa. If we profit, you will as well. Just want you to know that. Mood has been tense with Tarla's engagement and Allegra returning and all these new people coming in. Just want you to know that you're valued. And we do need to uphold some level of decency. And if I am to play the part of the House Lord properly, then we should all make an effort of at least pretending that everything works perfectly here.
Of course, my lord. May I take my leave?
Good. Absolutely. If you need anything else, let me know. If you have any ideas, let me know. Let's work on them together.
He gives a curt little nod, and then he walks off.
Adilyn, what are you doing in preparation for the hunt as Master at Arms for the house?
I think she's just making sure that she's checking with the places that the hunt's gonna take place, and just kind of doing sweeps with her guards, and then just making sure the security is allocated in areas around the household for all the guests.
Okay, and as you're down in the pastures just beyond the hamlet, you are met on the road by the Meister. Meister Horace gives you a polite nod in greeting and pulls his horse up alongside yours. I have word for you.
Oh, Horace, long way from the Hammond's Hold.
I thought you'd want to know soon.
About what? Busy.
He reaches into his riding cloak and pulls out a wax-sealed scroll. Just small enough to be attached to a raven. And he offers it out to you.
What's the seal look like?
It's the seal of House Gaunt.
Oh. Just kind of like...
And your name is written on the outside of the scroll.
Hell they want. And she'll open it up. Her mood just seeing the Meister didn't make her exactly in a great mood. She's gonna be irritated the entire day because of this. She has a feeling. All right, see what's in it.
And it's a few simple lines. Word travels fast. My brothers know about the hunt. You shouldn't be there. Signed with a D.
And the hunt, that's on our land squarely, right?
Yes.
Or is it overpass?
It's
Just
mostly
not-
your land.
Yeah. Well, they're marrying my cousin doesn't mean they can have ownership over what we do here. She'll crumple the piece of hair and just kind of just throw it.
Bad news.
Seems that way. It's gaunt news. Can't be good news. It's gonna have to. Just send more guards out. This is great. Great. It was already complicated. Now it's even more complicated.
I know that handwriting.
And yes.
And I know the
I know.
story that
Gaunt.
it.
And
That letter was sent with a great deal of trouble. It's a shame for you to dismiss it. And he'll kick into the flanks of his horse to push away, but you have a chance to call out one last thing if you'd like to.
no, she's not. She will not say anything to him. But I think what she wants to do is head back to just double it back to the hold and just find Aster.
Okay.
How dare they do this?
And you find Asta. Jamie's probably moved away maybe 10-15 minutes before this moment. And Adilyn comes riding in, a retinue behind her.
My lord, we just got a missive from the Gaunts. Oh, muted.
We got a missive?
I did. Horace
Okay.
found me on the road.
You seem agitated. What is wrong?
Yeah, well, the Gaunts saw fit to send us a message that we should be
Send
careful during the hunt. Apparently, they can
you
tell us
a
what to
message.
do now.
Who sent this message?
The Gaunts did.
The Gaunts. Officially. To you. Doesn't
Yes.
seem right.
No, it's not right, but I'm not surprised. They'll take any opportunity to make my life difficult.
Look, I don't think you have anything to worry about. We're on our grounds. We have our family surrounding us. The fact that they send you a letter directly, I'm not sure what that means. But I'm not sure it means any great deal. It's just, you sure it's the Gaunts? In general? Not a specific person?
I've had
Because
many
that-
messages with the Gaunts. Of course, it's them.
But I am afraid I don't understand why would they send you a message and not the house?
They've never had a liking for me, considering what I did.
Okay. Do not let them get to you. Just enjoy the hunt.
I'm not.
Make friends. Show people what we can do, what we're capable of. Something happens, we'll be together.
Yes, and that means
If
that means
something happens.
that means I'm going on the hunt with the party, right?
Do you wish to?
Can never be too safe.
I'm Not sure it would be appropriate, but I can arrange for it if you're pressing the matter.
Yes, that's where I am.
Okay. I think you're overreacting, but I trust you on this. So yes, you can be there.
Good. Just want this to go smoothly.
It will. Don't worry. Good things are
They're
ahead.
not married yet.
No, they're not. But I want you to understand that they will. Out of our hands.
It's a
The king, Adilyn. The king.
yes, do whatever the king wants, especially with the gaunts.
Yes. Especially,
Of course.
well, you know why.
Yes, my lord.
Good. Breathe. It's gotta be fine.
I'll be fine once it's over.
Okay. I'll take you to that. I'll check on you.
Well, I have new preparations to make, and I'll have to make them.
Okay.
If the rest of this goes well,
You will. Everything's gonna be fine.
she'll just like walk off.
Everyone walks off. What is this bullshit?
No
And
respect.
coming from the stable is the Lord Defan Valerian. He had been talking with Bryce about the horse for tomorrow. And he's come out and he's blinking into the daylight. It has been much darker in the stables than it is out here in the courtyard. And he looks almost startled to kind of see you there in the doorway. Oh, terribly sorry. And he walked straight through you.
Ah, our esteemed guests. How are you doing?
You do me a great honor, my lord. It's a wonderful place you have here.
Why, thank you. And I appreciate your respect. Are you ready for the hunt?
Yes. Rather looking forward to it, to be honest. Could do with a ride. Clears one's head.
Good, good. You chosen your horse then?
Your stable master was good enough to provide me with one.
Ah, good. Not that you ever had a bad choice. They're all exquisite.
They all seem very well natured, very well kept.
Now, you make sure you tell other people that as well.
Of
By
course.
the way,
Yes.
I couldn't help to notice that you've been a little bit turmoiled, agitated since you've arrived. Is there something troubling you? As head of the house, if there's anyone here that can help you, that would be me.
I mostly concerned about the tournament. It was such a scene.
Ah, yes. Your horse.
Why did they have to steal my horse? It was a riding horse. It wasn't even a tournament horse.
Don't believe he was targeted, I think.
I wonder what
Probably
happened
the
to
first
her.
they picked.
Never
It's fine.
mind.
Horses are aplenty. Same as
My father
rumors,
told
though.
me you should never name a horse. You get too attached.
I'll have to disagree there. You should definitely name a horse. They'll treat you better if you create a special bond with them. That's part of the secret behind our horses here. Take care of them, they take care of you.
My father had more interest in the sea, and the sea isn't a very trustworthy thing.
No, it is not. I prefer to be on land with my horses.
It was the strangest thing, though, last night, as I lay in my room. It's a very nice room. But as I lay there, I could swear I could hear it. The sea just rushing past in the walls.
Don't
I
let
just
it
thought
get to you.
myself drunk on something, only I did not partake last night.
Our house is old. This castle has seen a lot of things, a lot of events, a lot of misery, but also joy. Some of these things are ingrained in the walls.
So the walls have memories as well as eyes.
Well, if one was to believe that, then yeah. But let us not believe in silly stories. Probably just the wind outside.
Probably so.
But
Perhaps just worry and homesickness. I'm sure you must
Yes.
think me terribly silly.
No. Don't worry about it. I understand your predicament. I understand that you're probably scared that people might relate your horse to the tragedy at the tournament.
My cousins have sharp tempers.
Are you afraid for your life? Or for your reputation?
I would rather not embarrass my house.
I understand. Anyway, you're welcome to stay here as long as you want. If there's something I can do to help you in getting back on your feet, then let me know. Seek an audience. I might grant you one.
That's very generous of you, my Lord Tremaine.
No problem. I did say might. Kind
I
of
shall bear that in mind.
walk away at this point.
And he turns back over his shoulder towards Bryce, and Bryce just gives him a shrug and goes back to clearing out the hoof of the horse that he'd been tending to. And the Lord looks a little lost as he kind of meanders his way across the courtyard, not particularly sure what to do with himself. We are in the last 15 minutes of stream. Would anyone like to propose a scene before we end?
I could go and talk to Allegra. I could do the thing.
Yeah, let's have a little chat.
I mean, you didn't have... That's fine.
Let's
Okay.
do the thing, Susie.
Let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing.
Do it.
What thing? I've forgotten.
Are you about to turn into a transformer?
Yes.
Because we didn't
Voltron.
discuss this.
I didn't plan
We're going to
this.
do a synchronized dance like Ross and Rachel. Ross and Monica.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
All right,
God, we
so-
the skeleton of this family. Shit. All right.
What dark and dank corner do we find you two colluding in?
Dark and dank.
Can I find Allegra as she looks at one of the old secret passageway doors in the outside castle wall?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think that's probably fair. Allegra, did you bring your pets with you?
I did. My good boy Clay.
Can I suggest you were doing walkies with Clay?
Yes, that's what I was going to say, that I've taken the dog on a walk. But also, like, a walk surveying of the property.
Were you in the walls last night?
No.
And why are you staring at that doorway? And to the untrained eye, there's just the outside wall.
I'm taking Clay for a walk.
I look at Clay.
What does
It's very
Clay
well
look
trained
like,
dog.
Susie?
Clay is a very elegant looking dog. He's kind of like a long-haired greyhound in sort of like just a first glance. And he is currently a heel at Allegra's foot. He's like sat down like a good boy. He's very well trained.
I will present my closed fist for him to sniff. And then we'll give him a good pet around the chops.
Mm-hmm. He likes that. He's a good boy.
That's good. And
but
Jamie will say, I like dogs.
Fuck you, Sam. Hey. Alec will say, well, he was a gift from Yanis.
Very nice.
But no, in answer to your questions, I was not in the walls last night.
Someone was, I bet.
Why?
One of the old ghosts, probably.
Why? What did you hear?
Just thought I heard something.
Oh.
It's probably rats. Rats the size of clay here.
Probably. What happened to this place?
It just kind of got this way after a while. Especially
Seems like-
after the rebellion.
It seems like many things in this family have just got that way.
That's not necessarily true. Some things have been thrust upon us. And it's that of which I actually want to speak.
What?
Tala tells me you have a little game afoot.
And that would be...
Probably knowing her running off to the Vale on the back of a horse with nothing but a few days' rations and a wanderlust for the mountains. Never to see our like again. Off on some kind of adventure, away from responsibilities, like betrothals.
Well, yeah, she does quite fancy herself the adventurers, doesn't she?
She does indeed.
No, my game, brother, is to see our family do better than a gaunt. Look at us. Look what has happened to us.
Listen. Yes, Tala may be betrothed to a gaunt. But Astor still has some promise. The young lord
Does he?
of a house, yet to be betrothed.
Oh, yes, I did speak to him about that, but he's kind of hesitant. He has these lofty goals of running a business, of furnishing all of Westeros with horses. Do you know he's trying to sell courses to the Dornish?
Yes, we've had words about that. But perhaps you should focus your efforts more on trying to convince him of a match than trying to convince Tala away from one. Especially a match that has been handed to us from his grace, no less.
Oh. Wasn't that convenient?
We could have had worse.
Could
The
we?
Peaks had 3 castles and now they have 1.
Would the crown want this? And she gestures to the castle.
No, exactly. But it could have been worse. Astor could have been forced to marry someone else. Someone equally as despising. They could have taken him to court. Fireball's son. Is it Summer
yes,
Ball, is he not? Lord
I've heard,
Fireball.
yes. The Lord Ball himself. Award. I have thoughts about our dear baby brother.
Or could you keep having them about our baby brother and not about our little sister?
I'm capable of more than one than thought at once, Jamie.
I'm not saying you are capable, I'm just saying that you should not.
And tell me, what do you aim to get out of all of this?
As soon as I can, I'll be back at King's Landing.
Doing what exactly? Allowing your sister to marry a gaunt?
Mostly.
Licking the arse of your betters? Thought you were more ambitious than that, Jamie.
You learn to like the taste after a while.
I'm sure you do.
Well,
I am simply saying that all of us can do better. All of us. Something happened somewhere along the line that crushed that part of our mother within us, the one that actually dreamt of doing something with their lives. I look at this castle, I see the ruin that it's become, Tala, daydreaming the day away, Asta trying to sell courses to the fucking Dornish, and you, twiddling your thumbs, biding your time. Yes, you got legitimized, but now what?
you don't know what I've been doing.
No, exactly I don't, Jamie. I don't know what you have been doing.
Just stop putting thoughts in Tala's head.
She's a big girl. She can think for herself. I'll stop. Fine. Fine.
Good.
And from within the walls of the castle beyond that secret passage door, you hear the distant sound of stone grinding on stone. And that is where we will end today's session.
Oh,
Thank you all so much. Next week we have a hunt to get to, the arrival of the Wills, ominous missives from Gaunt, and possibly more Asta wheeling and dealing his way around this family. I have no idea whose side Asta is on beyond his own.
You want a
Let's go
pony?
around.
got a lovely pony, mate.
We'll be selling ponies to the horses soon. So let's go around, and as you go around, I'd like you to say if you believe you've achieved a step towards your agenda today, your favorite moment, and then where we can find you on the internet, and anything you'd like to plug. And we're going to go clockwise again, so beginning this time with the wonderful Shauna.
Hey, Shauna, Flanksters on Twitter. Jeez, I don't think she did. She's kind of slow working on that. Although I don't think there's gonna probably be a lot of trouble. That letter was not great. That letter was just incensed. She wants a fight next time if they show up. And she has not told her family about that.
Woof! These little birds, eh?
Oh God. Hunt. Yeah. They show up.
That's all right. Greenmonts have a communication problem too. This is fine.
It's just a Westerosi family problem.
It is.
God. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Yep. Flanksters Twitter. On the games, and you can have more of the arts, like the ones that are on this overlay. As far as this week, it's tonight on the Alex Path. It's Seattle by Streetlight. It was a Chronicles of Darkness game. We're all college students. And on Thursday, it is going to be, I'm part of the Spy game, run by Susie over here. Follow Black Cast channel. We're going to have to rob a casino. Or not rob a casino, find a...
Don't do that, Jesus!
No, we can, no. Get information. Secondary.
Hey,
Like, this scenario changed a lot.
We're not...
But if you want to rob the casino...
We can...
Disaster
Yep.
spies.
God, yeah. And then on Friday, it's the finale of Dread, which I'm very happy for, and it's at the same time. I can't wait to see what's happening. That's it.
Any favorite moments for today?
I like everybody just constantly telling Tarla, it's like, what do you want from this? It's like, that's okay. What do you want? Just, I think everyone, all the older, I love the fact that all the older Tremaines are basically just being overbearing, older siblings to two kids. It's great.
How dare.
Awesome. And Amelia, do you think
Hello.
Tala got anywhere towards her goals? For her agenda, I should say?
No, not today. Not today. I mean,
You were a little
she
boat on the
escaped and
tides.
yay. But yeah, she just kept getting buffeted between conversations she didn't want to be in. So no, not yet. But before I say anything about me, I just want to say, in case you missed the beginning, Shauna, your art is amazing. That is so beautiful, and thank you so much for bringing all our characters to life. That's really cool to see their faces.
Thanks.
But hi, I'm Amelia Tyler. I'm a voice actor for video games, and you can find me over here again tomorrow for our very first episode of Vampire the Masquerade Fall of London, where you will see me playing Lillian Whitlock, who is not like Tyler at all. Former Victorian dominatrix. Yeah. Well, not like Tyler at the moment. Let's see where she goes. I love tonight. I really like seeing like the bare bones of how this family operates now and all those little echoes of the past. It's really cool. It'll be very interesting. That like I genuinely in my gut felt that moment when Allegra won me over. That oh no, but Asta said, and we had that nice moment under the blanket, and now this. She's so torn. She's so torn, bless her.
Unacceptable.
Well, be more convincing.
Do you have a favourite moment, Millie?
I really like the moment with Adilyn and down by the river. That was her at her most peaceful. That was somebody who actually gets her and isn't trying to manipulate her.
I think that was one of my favourite moments. It was so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it was happy, but it was sad
There was
because
a
it was
lot.
happy.
There was lots that I loved though. Like the little moment in the tent with Asta, like getting to have that just such a rookie conversation with Allegra, like thinking she could ever go up against that with no motive whatsoever. There was just no chance. It was, yeah, it's lovely. I can't wait to see how these relationships develop. But you can find me over on Twitter on Amelia Tyler. Yeah, sod it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to be streaming again. I'm starting streaming again on my birthday, which is February the 10th. So come and play with me. I will be playing party games and things with Jay Britton, because that's what we do now, apparently.
So I just heard I'm getting an invite for cake and party games with Amelia and Jay on the 10th. Sounds like great to me. So that's twitch.tv/Amelia Tyler. Go and check out the lovely lady. Hit that follow button so that you know when she goes live. Nuno, same questions.
No, I have not achieved anything towards my goal, I think. I just got myself in a lot of trouble, but no progress in the business front. But yeah, no, I don't think so. Might have been missing something, but I think it's still the same.
Okay.
Goal-wise. But yeah, no, it was a lovely session. I think I kind of understand Aster a little bit better now that I had like some time to play at home, because in King's Landing was a bit chaotic, so I was like mimicking what he was feeling, like, oh, this is chaotic, I don't know what to do. But now in home terrain, I was like, okay, I think I get it now. So yeah, let's see how it goes for the next couple of weeks. Happy moment. I love the tent scene with the blankets with Tarla, and I also love the sheer tension in the air between Jamie and Aster. That was fun. Let's see what that means. But hey, as for me, JNunoTex on Twitter, Instagram, everything. And if you like more role-playing games, especially D&D, I'm about to start a campaign on the 3rd of February. Follow me and you'll know all the details. It's in Eberron, which I'm very excited because I've never played Eberron before. And actually, I have session 0 for that campaign in 1 hour. So that's exciting. But yeah, that's about it. Great fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Make sure you go and check that out. What channel is that on, Nuno?
It is over on the Chromatic Chimera.
There we go. So that's where you need to be. Are they streaming the session 0?
No. It's
Okay, so
just
February
started.
3rd, Climatic. You heard the
Yeah,
name.
Chromatic Chimera.
Chimera. At 6 p.m. Eastern. That's 11 p.m. if you're in the UK. Go and check that out. And Sam.
Hi, Charlie. No,
Hi, Sam.
I did not accomplish my goal of convincing Velaryon to sponsor me, not the house. I absolutely loved everything that Nuno did this session. Astor is the snake in the grass I never knew this family had. It's brilliant. I absolutely loved it. Like, and this family just playing each other off against each other. It's gonna be awful and amazing. I love it. But you can find me around the internet at RPG Webby, pretty much on Twitter. I am on Reddit and stuff like that. You can find me on Twitch. Follow Black Cats, because that is our little indie publishing brand. Susie helps me out with, and James as well is the co-founder. And as Sean has said, we are playing the Spy game this week, which is our first publication. We kickstarted it, and it's in development at the moment, and we are going to be playing through the quick start. Susie's going to be running that with a whole ragtag bunch of disaster spies, the Burb Squad. It's going to be amazing. And that's on Thursday, 8 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. Eastern. Once we've done that, in a few weeks' time, we'll be back on with After the Fire, which is our other Game of Thrones game that we play that is a cousin to this game. So be sure to follow Black Cats and check that out when it goes back on. I can't wait for those juicy fruits, my friends. I've started writing as well.
Oof, he means business. And Susie, you always mean business. Same questions.
Okay, so I absolutely adored every conversation between Jamie and Allegra today. It was like two intriguey pros that know each other and know what buttons to hit and how to dance around a conversation. I really like that. Asta is a little shit. He's a little fucking snake. He's done.
You leave him alone.
Once Allegra finds out that he's been bad-mouthing her, he's toast. That heartbreaking conversation between Tala and Adilyn out on the ride, where Tala was just like, I just want to be me and not have to do it. It was, my heart was just like, which gave me a lot of emotional fodder to then manipulate her with later. But as for me, I'm Susie, otherwise known as Susanna Grace. I am a variety streamer who does video games, art streams, and tabletop RPGs. You can find me all over the internet at Susanna Grace. You'll find me next on Encounter Roleplay on Wednesday, GMing Spyhander, Betrayal of Hearthhome. We will be heading into our second session. I've blown up the city already, almost drowned one of them, almost stabbed another, and a little boy named Timmy is missing. So where's Timmy? And then, again, as mentioned previously, you'll find me on Black Cats on Thursday for the Spy game. And then on Friday, I'll be there for the finale of Dread. So I'm very, very excited about this week.
Now, we did hit our retweet target of 20 today. We nearly hit 30. And at 20, one of our players gets a boon. I said originally it was going to be a keep dice, but I think I'm going to offer this boon to the wonderful Amelia Tyler for Tala. And we will have a private conversation about what form this boon will take. It might be narrative, it might be mechanical, but we'll have a little conversation about that in the meantime this week. Speaking of this week, though, we are back here tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. UK, for some more Fall of London. In fact, this will be our first real episode, as we finished Session 0 last week, and we dive in and we meet all of the coterie that have just awoken from a torpor to a strange new world of 2012. That's super exciting. It's brand new from Modiphius and Paradox. Please do go and check it out. It looks awesome. I can't wait to see how everyone does. We've got Will in the driver's seat with the Tentacle Tuesday crew, aka Team Tuesday, which is what we're going for this season, along with Pro Restarter and GoJG in there as well. I'm very excited for it. We hope to see you back then. But until then, try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want to be there laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Take care.